Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Cricket Banter and Insights. Did the wrong person retire after this game?
I completely think so. I mean, UV, you're with me on like couple of WhatsApp groups as well, and I kind of echoed that thought on these WhatsApp groups that if you look at Ashwin, his contribution with both bat and ball has been tremendous. At least in the past 3 to 4 years, I don't know, especially with bat as well, right? He has saved us so many games. You can think recently of the first Test match against Bangladesh. We were 140 for six or something like that, 5-6 something, and he came and scored 100 and kind of we ended up making 300 runs as a team in the first innings. I think and you remember even Rishabh was mentioning about that match with Hanuma Vihari and Ashwin kind of seeing it off. That legendary series wouldn't have been legendary if Ashwin wouldn't have saved that game along with Vihari, right? You can think of so many occasions where he has actually performed with the bat being a bowler, right? So I think and I think I don't have this stat handy, but I'm sure his record with the bat would be much better than few top or the middle order players playing for India right now in the
So,
He's
batting
got
quick
about
department.
three.
trivia,
He's
yeah,
got
quick
about
trivia question.
3,200, 3,200 runs.
3,500 runs or something in Test matches. Like it's crazy, right? Like it's
Yeah,
um
and six,
and
seven hundreds, six, seven
yeah,
hundreds as well.
yeah,
Six
and
hundreds and 1450s.
yeah, and the importance of those hundreds, literally all of those hundreds would be coming in a phase where we are in a tricky situation, right? When you're coming at seven and scoring 100, it's always when you are in a tricky situation. It's not when you are comfortable, you're not under pressure. It's always under pressure. So I think very important, and I think we will kind of miss him when we are playing home games as well. I feel, and from that perspective, I felt that he had at least a couple more years in him where he could have probably not traveled with us to overseas for overseas test matches, but at least um, kind of being part of our team for the home games. Because at home we typically play with two spinners, right? So I think it could have been him and Jadeja, him and Washington, or him and Aksar, or whatever, like combination that the team management decides to play. So yeah,
I have a feeling that in the next 10 years, Ashwin's gonna be a great coach for our country.
That
yeah,
could be.
could be.
That even I have
See,
a thought. That even I
any
have.
any player I feel who is smart, right? Like who has a thinking brain, right? Has a great potential to, and I think will do a great job. I feel as a coach. I feel one person that we missed out on as a coach, or we gave a very little brief stint to that person was Anil Kumble. I think he had the potential, but just not the kind of the correct setup because of the background politics that were happening at
Indeed.
And
that
maybe
point.
even temperament, Haru. I think just as a like how Javed has a different temperament, right? I think Kumble was it's like my way or the highway type of approach. And I
Yeah.
think
So
it
so
doesn't work always. You have to have a little bit of tempered approach. कि ठीक है चलो, you want things to be done in a particular manner, but it can't be a hard line.
So for Ashwin, I think until Jasprit Bumrah retires, I think he is the greatest match winner India has ever produced in Test matches. There are a few contenders like Sunil Gavaskar, Kapil Dev, Sachin Tendulkar, but I don't think Anil Kumble. But I don't think anyone surpasses Ashwin in terms of match winning ability and the impact they have had uh, on the Indian team to win matches. His record speaks for itself, like 11 man of the series. Uh, it's like every year of his career, he had one series where he was man of the series, right? So, and it's the joint highest with Mutaya Muralitharan. With the bat, with the ball, the best part about Ashwin was he was just constantly innovating. Like two or three balls, if the batsman is defending, he's going to change. Like normally, if you see an off spinner, the traders that you just keep bowling the same ball, same ball, same ball, and hope that the batsman is going to make a mistake or there'll be that magic delivery that comes out. Like what Lion is, but Ashwin doesn't do that. If two or three balls the batsman is defending with a straight bat, even though they are all good balls, he will just try something like something or the other is always like cooking in his head, right? Like I remember once in a test match, he just suddenly decided that okay, I'm gonna bowl from around the wicket, but after my delivery, I'm gonna go across. like I'm gonna go across the umpire. And the umpire comes up and tells him that, dude, this is not correct. Like, you can't go in the danger zone and this and that. And Ashwin on the field schools the umpire about the law of the game, and the umpire has to agree. Like, who does that? Who does that? Like, just on a whim, you do that. You know all the rules, you know all the regulations. Like, he was, I think, the first batsman who retired out in an IPL game just so like a better power hitter could come and play the last over. Like, he normalized the fact that running out a batsman who's backing up is okay.
Manka, yeah.
Yeah. So many things have come out of Ashwin. There was one IPL season where he just decided that I'm going to be a leg spinner. So he starts bowling leg spin. So just his bait. I don't think, like, there have been so many cricketers who, of course, think about their game a lot, think about the game a lot, and try and improvise and improve. But the amount of this that Ashwin has done, I don't think anyone has contributed to the game as much as Ashwin in terms of just sheer innovation throughout his career of uh, 14, 15 years now, 14 years. So yeah, I'm a big fan. It's a bit sad that he's retired, but transition needs to happen, and he was probably just too tired uh, of being away from family whilst also sitting on the bench, right? I was reading this one article which said that Ashwin, when he bowled in Australia in 2011, which was his first series in Australia, he didn't have the numbers on paper, but he bowled so well that the Australian players were like in awe of him, that he would not get a lot of wickets, and he his economy was also okay, but just the way the ball was coming out of his hand and like where he would land, and like I feel if there was no Jadeja in this era, he would have played a lot more tests overseas, and he would have become an even better bowler. Like, I don't even feel we have seen the best of Ashwin. Like, there's so much more that India could have gotten out of him if only he had the opportunity to play a lot more overseas. So, so yeah, that's my few cents on Ashwin. I'm gonna miss seeing him bowl in Test matches, but the IPL is always there. I assume he's gonna be there for at least 3 more seasons, and I think he's gonna play a lot of local cricket like TNPL and stuff like that. And there's gonna be a lot of fireworks happening because he's there.
Given what
I feel
CSK paid for him, I'm pretty sure.
I feel Ashwin made captain's job so much simpler, especially at home in home test matches. It was basically like there's a lefty batsman out there, give the ball to Ashwin.
Mhm.
Like it was so simple. But of course, there are captains like Rohit Sharma that still get that wrong. But that's a discussion for later. But yeah, I mean, I think what Manan
Yeah.
said, he summarized it really well. Like always innovating, of course. And when he actually started playing cricket as a kid, he was a fast bowler, and then he got injured, and then he started bowling spin.
No,
So
he became a batsman. He was an opening batter.
He
And
became
then
he was an opening batter. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he started bowling part-time spin, right? Like how Sachin used to do, and how Sobers used to do. Like Sobers was a proper all-rounder, but they started part-time, and he just suddenly transformed into his main skill from like batting. So yeah, and like there's so much criticism of Ashwin that he is a home track bully, and which is true that he has, but like in the same conditions, no one really exploited the home conditions as well as he did. So, and you see the margin of error is so little that in the last test series against New Zealand, where he was not absolutely on the top of his game, and he didn't get the results, right? So to be with such a small margin of error and to be above that for so long and then do so well, I think it's just it's marvelous what he's given to Indian cricket.
great. UV, any last comments on Ashwin?
No, I think we'll save it for another day. But definitely, I think India has lost a gem right now. And looking forward to seeing him in CSK. Looking forward to seeing Dhoni and his combination again. And like Manan said, like I think TNPL and a lot of local club cricket has a lot of good things coming to them.
I just have one thing to say. I think Ben Stokes now sleeps well. I think now Ben Stokes will be like, now if India comes in June July, I will play well if Ashwin's not there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one more thing. I think he is the best bowler to left-handers in
Yeah,
history of
yeah.
cricket. Like
No
not just
doubt
Indian,
about it.
like
Like,
any cricket, best bowler to
yeah.
left-handed batsman. It's crazy.
Stokes Stokes said in one of his interviews, if I'm playing a test in India, and if I come in, there's 100% chance that I'm getting out to Ashwin. He just said it blankly that I will
Yeah.
not be able to getting out. Uh, And to be honest, I like the honesty. Like I like the honesty that he at least recognizes craft.
Hmm.
That's the important thing. Even David Warner said that. Again,
Yeah.
Ashwin is a class apart bowler.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Hit the like button, subscribe, share. Do let us know your thoughts on the third test match, your thoughts on Ashwin retiring. Look forward to hearing from you guys, and we'll see you next time.